Hello and welcome to this video for calves and hamstrings. It's going to be a nice little yoga sequence to really loosen up tight calves, especially in hamstrings, and we'll loosen around the ankles as well. So my name is Jassy. If we haven't met before, welcome. Let's get on the mat. Okay, so let's begin in a child's pose. And as you'll see, I've got two blocks here with me today. Just one block is even helpful if you have. If you don't have, you can use a thick book, or I can show you a variation against the wall as well that we can choose. So you want to send your knees as wide as the mat, big toes come to touch, and then just start to walk the hands forwards, melting the heart down towards the mat. Allow the forehead to come to rest. Nice, now take a big deep breath in through the nose, feeling the pressure on the forehead, feeling the softness as you exhale. Once again, big breath in through the nose, really feel the back of the heart expand even. Open the lips and exhale. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth and let it go. Two more clearing breaths like this. Breathe in through the nose. Take in more oxygen than you have all day. Open the mouth, exhale. And once more. Nice. Now seal the lips and keep that deep breath coming in and out through the nose. Taking a moment here to notice how the body is feeling today. How are you doing? Noticing if you're feeling tired or if the body has a lot of energy, just really checking in and seeing what's there. And as we check in with the body, can you bring your awareness into and around the heart? Maybe noticing the gentle heartbeat. And as you explore into this heart space, is there anything weighing heavy on the heart today? Noticing if there are any emotions just underlying. Whatever's there, it's okay. Just noticing. And then bringing the awareness up towards the mind. Notice if the mind is already running away, running off the mat. That's what it does. That's okay. Just gently keep coming back to the breath. See if you can bring the mind to keep watching the breath, and that's going to be your anchor into this moment. And the more we can breathe into this moment, the more we'll be able to send love and nourishment into those muscles and into those places that do feel really tight. This mind-body connection we're nurturing. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And on your next inhale, let's rise up. Finding a tabletop position, let's tuck the toes under and press back into the toes. See if we can really tuck the toes under as much as we can, pressing into the hands, press the toes down, driving the heels towards the back of the room. Noticing the opening that we're getting across the back of the ankles here, this Achilles tendon. Really just send that weight back just a little bit, pressing back. Now coming forward, stacking the hands over the wrists, lift the chest, find that nice neutral position containing the belly. You can bring the tops of the feet back onto the mat. Let's take an inhale, find a cow pose. Exhale, rounding through. Inhaling, pull the heart through the arms. And exhaling, press the floor away. Inhale. And exhale. Twice more with your own breath. Heart shines forward, spine lifts up. As we exhale, round and press the floor away. One more time. Know that we're really nourishing these discs. And as we work into the whole posterior chain of the body, we're going to work out any tight spots. Everything is connected. Going back to neutral. Let's stretch the right leg long down the mat. Bring the toes down and just lean back, pressing that heel towards the back of the room. Feel that lovely stretch down the right leg. Big breath in. Exhale out. Containing the belly. Tucking the chin slightly so we're not drooping the head. Breathe in. Exhale out. Now can you lift that leg up? Squeeze into the right glute. Pressing that heel and that foot up. Imagine you're going to step on a back wall behind you. Point the toe here and flex. And notice how the sensations change in the leg as we do this. Inhaling and exhaling. Now take a couple of ankle circles. And let's start to draw those right toes over towards the left side of the mat. Gazing over the left shoulder, touch the toe down. Exhale out, take an inhale, rainbow the leg up and over and gaze over the right shoulder, toe touches down the right side. Once more, inhale, exhale, drop it down to the left. Inhale, exhale, drop it down to the right. Inhale, take it up, pause halfway, flex that foot, stretch the heel back, and let's bend the knee and bring it down, coming back into our tabletop. Sway the hips if that feels good. And let's stretch the left leg long down the mat. Toes come down, press that foot down, really stretching out the left calf now. Yeah, getting this juicy stretch. We're really starting to feel into these calves. And as we do this, we're also warming up the toes for something rather fun that we can practice. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Really stretch that heel towards the back of the room. Get that lovely stretch down the calf. Now can you lift the left leg, squeezing into the left glutes. Let's point and flex the toe, pointing back. Inhale to flex. Pull the belly in. Exhale to point. Inhaling and exhaling. Now take a couple of those ankle circles. Really noticing if there's any stiff parts here. Now send that heel back. And let's take the left foot over towards the right side of the mat. Peek over the right shoulder, touch the toes down. Inhale, leg goes up. Exhale, come over towards the left, gaze over left shoulder. Inhale, draw your rainbow. Exhale, drop the foot down to the right. Once more, inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop over towards the right. Now inhale, come back up halfway, flex the heel back. Breathing in, and then exhale, bring those knees down onto the mat. Let's tuck the toes under and send the hips up. Keep the knees bent and really see if you can tip the tailbone high up towards the ceiling. Nice bent knees here. Really think about tipping that tailbone up. Imagine there's a golden string pulling you up towards the ceiling. And then start to straighten through the legs and guide the heels down towards the mat. Beautiful. It's those two opposing forces that are going to create length in the legs. Breathe. So you're tipping the tailbone up. Imagine you're really turning your bum up towards the sky and then guide those heels down, lengthening the legs. Breathe. Lifting out the shoulders, drawing the shoulder blades down the back so that we're not scrunching them up towards the ears. Breathing deep. Big breath in, pull the belly in. Exhale out. One more breath in, feel the rib cage expand. Exhale. And slowly start to bring the knees down towards the mat. Keep the toes tucked under. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet here. Turn slightly more sideways so you can see. And we want to get all the toes tucked underneath, so you might need to bring your hands down and just bring the pinkies out. They tend to want to be curling under, or at least mine do. This is toe squat. You're welcome. This is an intense pose, so you can come out of this at any time. The way to come out is that you're going to come back to our tabletop and just slowly pad the tops of the feet. It gets really intense. We're stretching out the bottom of the foot, and this is also going to help to release the back of the ankle and then going up into the calf as well. So sit in your toe squat, and as much as we can, we want to be seated on the heels, so there's this gentle drawing the heels towards each other. Finding that nice middle point where we can just sit, pulling the belly in, nice and strong. Breathe. Inhale, arms up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands come down by the sides. Inhale, reach up, lengthen up. Exhale, hands come down, simple breath, simple movement. Inhale. Exhale. And twice more. Find that beautiful rhythm. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down. Once more, following the inhale all the way up until the palms touch. And then following the exhale, hands coming all the way down. Let's take one more breath in, arms up, palms touch. Let's pause here. And we're going to take a little dive over towards the right, opening up the left side body, and just notice what's happening in the feet here. Maybe this is getting a little bit intense, that's okay. Remember to come out anytime you need to. You can always come back in. And breathing in, feel the ribcage expand down this left side. See if you can balance out the weight between the two feet, even though we're leaning to the side. We're lifting over the torso. Deep breath in, exhale out. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. And then as we exhale, let's take a dive over towards the left, opening the right side body. Lovely deep breath in. Exhale, how are these toes doing? You're doing beautifully. And I know it's intense. Breathe. Diving towards the right. Notice the weight shifting. Can you square yourself up? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up back through center. As we exhale, hands come down through heart center. And let's come off these toes, hands plant down. Let's pad the feet out. We're going to be coming back to that toe squat throughout this practice. We won't be holding it quite as long though, but that's a really nice one to open out the back of the ankles. Gently padding the feet here until that feels good. Maybe swaggling the heels from side to side. Okay, now spreading the fingers nice and wide, press into the hands, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, downward facing dog, paddling out the legs here. Breathing in, exhaling out. And find a place of stillness, feet about hip width distance apart. Remember to keep tipping that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Guide those heels down, getting lovely opening through the calves. Deep breath in, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale out, pull the core in. Inhaling, pressing down through the index finger knuckle. And exhale, roll the armpits towards each other, protect the shoulders. Inhaling, front of the legs is strong. And exhaling, back of the legs is long. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. Now we're going to take some baby steps, just 1 or 2 inches at a time, up towards the top of the mat. This is going to require us to strengthen through the core. lifting each leg and placing it just a couple of inches in front. And you can press back into that heel as you place the foot down. Bending the knees as much as you need at any time. You want to keep the hands planted at the front. Hands on the ground. You can start to bend the knees whenever you need. Really getting into the hamstrings from the back of the legs as we do this walking. Let's meet at the top of the mat. Bring the feet about hip distance apart and take hold of opposite elbows, hang heavy. Breathe, deep breath in. Exhaling, head is heavy. Release the right hand down, take an inhale, take the left arm up and bend into the right knee, opening through the chest. And we're getting a nice opening down the side of the leg here. Maybe that IT band is what's causing you this bother down in the calf. Open out and feel that lovely expansion. Breathing in. Exhale, left hand comes down. Let's switch. Take an inhale, bend into the left knee, reach the right arm up. Big breath in. Exhale out. Feeling the sensations down this right leg now. One more breath in here. Exhale, hands come down. Press into the shins, flatten out your back, pinch the shoulder blades together, start to straighten out the legs coming into a halfway lift. Breathing in, exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up to the top. Palms touch overhead, step the feet together. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart, come all the way down. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Halfway lift. Fold forwards, plant the hands down, step both feet back into high plank pose. Lifting out of the shoulders. Let's press those heels back towards the back of the room and get that lovely opening down the back of the legs once more. Breathe in here. Exhale out. One more inhale, building that fire. And then as we exhale, draw the knees down towards the mat, keeping those toes pressing down. We're coming back to our toe squat, walk the hands back. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Chest lift, little mini back bend. Stretch out the toes. Exhale, hands come down. Walk forwards, lift the hips down, facing dog. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Exhale, pull the core in nice and strong. Inhaling, pressing down through that L shape of the thumb and the middle finger. Exhaling, squeezing the belly. Inhale, legs along. Exhale, tailbone lifting. One more deep breath in, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale out. Let's take that little walk. Baby steps, leaning back into each heel. Really feeling into all the sensations as we do this. Right foot steps forward a couple of inches. Rock the body weight back. Left foot steps forward, rock the body weight back. We're really trying to squash the belly over the thighs. The more that we can practice this, the more that we're going to get length in the back of the legs. Walking all the way up to the top of the mat. Find a flat back, halfway lift here. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. All the way up, palms touch overhead, straight into a fold. Exhale, fold down. Find your flat back, halfway lifts, fold down, hands plant, step back, plank pose. Again, let's stretch those heels towards the back of the room. Breathing in, exhaling out, tucking the chin, the head's not drooping. One more big breath in, feel the fire in the belly. And then exhale, drop the knees to the mat. Keeping those toes tucked under, let's start to walk back into our toe squat. Take a big inhale, mini back bend, lean back, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands come down, let's walk back forwards. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Inhaling, really tip that tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, guide the heels down. Inhaling, pull the belly in. And exhale, glide the shoulders down the back away from the ears. You can shake the head yes and no, gently release the neck. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. Let's make that walk forward one last time. Step the right foot forward, lean back. Left foot forward, lean back. Pressing the chest towards the thighs each time we take a step. And it's okay if the knees are really bent here. We're working on finding length in the whole posterior chain. So if the low back is really screaming, we want bent knees here. Let's find that flat back, halfway lifts, then fold forwards. Take an inhale to rise up, palms touch overhead, fold forwards on the exhale. Find your flat back. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Can you bring some weight into the balls of the feet? Let's pause here. Breathe. Can you lean forward a little bit more? Find that point where you're almost going to fall. We really want to bring the weight forwards here to lengthen the back of the legs as much as we can. Let's take an inhale and bring the arms up in line with the ears, L shape. My goodness, now everything is working. Lifting the thumbs up towards the ceiling, the palms are facing each other here. Keeping the shoulders nice and safe. Can you lift those thumbs a little bit higher? Notice how much the core is pulling in and working. Can you lean forward a tiny bit more? Beautiful. Deep breath in. Exhale, come into your fold. Notice how much more space you've created. Now let's plant the hands down and step back, high plank pose. Draw those heels towards the back wall. Find that nice strong plank. Chin is tucking up. Core is pulling in. Yes, you're doing beautifully. Deep breath in. Exhale out. One more big breath here. Exhale, knees come down towards the mat. You know where you're going. Walk the hands back into your toe squat. Inhale, arms up. Reach up, lengthen up. Exhale, hands come down. Now let's walk them forwards. Tucking the toes, lift the hips, down facing dog. Deep breath in here. Feel the ribcage expand. Exhale. Inhaling into this moment, feel the breath. And exhaling. Every inhale drawing beautiful life force energy in. Every exhale releasing tension. Shoulders away from the ears. One more breath in. Exhale out. Take an inhale and let's lift the right leg. Heel reaches up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips square. Notice if the hips want to open up towards the side. You really want to bring the hips square towards the mat so that right foot is pointing down, straight down towards the mat or the floor. And the heel is lifting up, so we're spinning the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Now can you squeeze the right glute a little bit higher, pull the belly in, squishing that left heel down towards the mat as much as we can. One more inhale, and then as we exhale, let's start to bring the right foot down, and we're going to step on the left heel, big toe coming on the outside, and the other toes coming on the inside. Now can you squish the heel down, stepping onto the left heel, and just helping it to guide down towards the mat. Simultaneously, can you tip the tailbone up? Ooh. Notice that extra bit of something we're getting down the back of the leg. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Exhale, bring it down, step onto the left heel. Once more time, inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Last little lift, inhale, lift up here. And now as we exhale, let's draw the right knee towards the nose and step the right foot between the hands. Keeping the left hand grounded, let's peel the right arm open into a twist, dragonfly twist. Keeping the back knee lifted, can you guide that heel back towards the back of the room once more? Opening the chest here, deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, leaning back into the top shoulder. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Let's step the back foot in a few inches, ground the foot down at a 45-degree angle. We're setting up for warrior one here, so you can have the feet about hip width distance apart. Back foot pressing down at a 45-degree angle. Bend into the front knee, take an inhale to rise. Hips are square towards the front of the mat. Imagine you've got headlights on your hips, pointing forwards. Press through the outside edge of the back foot and notice that stretch you're getting already in the calf. Reach the arms up if that feels good. Can you sit a bit deeper here? Keep working to square off the hips and keep pressing through that outside edge. You can have the hands on the hips or reaching up, yogi's choice. If you're on the hips, draw the elbows together behind you. Beautiful. Breathe. Pulling the belly in. And getting that lovely calf stretch in this warrior one. Sit a bit deeper if you can. If the arms are on the hips, take an inhale, reach up, lengthen the torso. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the chest to 45 degrees, arms reaching. Really squish that back heel down into the mat. We're creating one long line and we're really lengthening that back calf. Breathe. Deep breath in here. Long breath out, core is strong. Front leg is strong. Hips are squaring off to the front of the mat. Breathe. One more breath in. Exhale, let's airplane the arms behind us. Imagine we're trying to get our pinky fingers to touch. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Can we straighten the front leg? Now bring the hands onto the hips. Exhale, let's come down halfway. Again, squeezing those elbows towards each other. Want to find this nice flat back position, getting this juicy stretch into the right hamstring. Breathing here. You can have the hands also onto the right shin if that feels better, in the shoulders. We're really working with the legs here, so if you don't want to open the chest as well, bring the hands down. Breathing in, keep squaring the hips off, pulling the right hip back, drawing the left hip forwards. Now bend the knee and bring both hands down. Plant on fingertips and bring them around in line with the heel here. Now see if you can start to re-straighten that leg with the fingertips placing onto the mat. If that feels good and the leg is straight, you can play with flexing, ooh, yes, I know, and pointing that foot, planting the big toe down. Inhale, lift and flex. Deep hamstring and calf stretch. Exhale. And you can also have blocks here. If you have got blocks, bring the floor closer to you. Inhale, flexing. Exhale, planting. Keep squaring the hips off once more. Inhale, lift and flex. Exhale. Nice. Let's bend into that knee once more and step back into our high plank pose. Everything pulling in towards the midline. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhaling, drop the knees down. Really keeping those toes curled under. You know where we're going. Let's walk back. Find that toe squat. Take a big inhale, little back bends. Exhale, hands come down, walking forwards. And lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhaling out. Tipping the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Let's slowly start to walk those feet towards the top of the mat once more. And we're going to walk slowly, slowly, these baby steps, getting wider and wider until we can step the feet outside the hands, bend the knees as much as you need, turn the feet out so they're pointing to 10 and 2 on a clock, and slowly start to lower the hips down into yogi squats. And your yogi squat can also be here. This is still a yogi squat. Working with your body, sending the bum back, pressing the knees out, using the strength of the glutes to do this, lifting the heart. You can also bring the support of a block underneath you. If that just helps you to work with the hips here. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Take an inhale, start to lift the hips up, bring the toes parallel, find a flat back. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. And we'll go towards the right leg. Exhale, taking hold of the ankle, noticing the deep sensations down this leg. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to the left leg. Once more, inhale, flat back. Exhaling, fold down, plant the hands. Let's step back, high plank. Let's squeeze those heels towards the back of the room. One more breath in here. Exhaling, start to drop the knees down. Toes keep curling under, walk the hands back. Inhale, reach up, lengthen up into your toe squats. Exhale, hands come down, walk forwards. And then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Nice long spine, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Exhaling out. We've got this other side to do. Take one more big nourishing breath in. Exhale out. And inhale, lift the left heel up. Now remember, hips are nice and square here. Stretching that left heel up towards the top corner of the room. Really squishing that right heel down towards the mat as we tip the tailbone up. Getting extra length down the right leg. Breathing in. Exhale out. Let's start to draw the left heel down, a lot of left toes onto the right heel. Stepping onto that heel, using the left foot just to guide the right heel down towards the mat. Pulling the core in. Breathe. Take an inhale, lift the leg, squeeze the heel up. Exhale, bring it down, step onto the right heel. Inhale, left heel lifts up. Exhale, stepping on the right heel. Once more, inhale, lift. Squeeze the right glute, the left glutes. Exhale, draw those toes down, really stepping on that right heel, press the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, squeezing the left glutes. Nice three-legged dog, and this time as we exhale, knee towards the nose. Hug it in. Now let's step the left foot between the hands. We're going to set up our warrior one on this side. So step the back foot in a few inches. Ground down the back foot at a 45-degree angle, and you can check to see if the feet are about hip width distance here. Have you got some space in between? Then let's rise up. Bending into the front knee, pressing through the outside edge of the back foot. Our headlights pointing straight forward, parallel with the short edge of the mat. Once again, yogi's choice arms options on the hips, squeezing the elbows together or up above if you're feeling powerful. Find a gaze point out in front of you. Focus and breathe. Imagine the breath traveling all the way down the right leg, all the way down into that heel. And expanding, lengthening. Can you sit a bit deeper? Breathe in, exhaling out. If your hands are on the hips, take an inhale, reach them up overhead. And now as we exhale, we'll bring the chest to 45 degrees. We're planking over the left leg. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, pull the core in. Keep squaring the hips off. Mind is watching the breath. You're doing beautifully. This is a strong pose. One more breath in, reach those fingers away. Now as we exhale, airplane the arms. Oh, doesn't that feel good in the shoulders? See if you can squeeze those pinkies towards each other behind you. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Take an inhale, start to straighten out the left leg. Then as we exhale, bring the chest down, parallel with the mat. I want to stay in this sort of halfway lift position for now. Check in with the hips if you need. You can bring the hands to the hips. Are they square? Or has this left hip snuck forwards? See if you can draw it back. Pull the right hip forwards. Again, bringing the hand onto the shin if that feels good. And breathing here. Now you can stay here if you do want some more from this stretch. Bending the front knee to bring the fingertips down onto the floor or onto your blocks. And then see if you can really straighten, taking a moment to notice if the hips have gone squiffy again. And if you want more, even more, you can play with that point and flex, taking an inhale. Can you lift the left toes up? Exhale, plant the big toe mound back down. Inhale, lifting, lengthening the left leg. Exhale, grounding. Pulling the core in, inhale, lift the foot. Exhale, lower. Twice more. And slowly start to bend into the front leg. Take the right foot further back along the mat, and we'll take the dragonfly twist on the other side. Right hand grounds down, inhale, let's open the chest, left hand reaches up, really leaning back into this top shoulder. Stretching the right heel towards the back of the room, reaching up, lengthening up, twisting the chest open, breathe deep. One more inhale. Exhaling, let's bring the left hand down. Toe heeling the left foot out, outside of the left hand. We'll step up to the top of the mat to come down into our yogi squat once more. Guiding the hips down towards the mat, or you can bring your block and sit on the block here. See if you can lift the arches. And the heels might want to lift if the calves are really tight. You can either come up and keep them grounded or bring a blanket underneath. The more you practice this, slowly, slowly, they'll start to ground down. Breathe in. Exhale out. Let's bring the hands down, lift the hips a little and just toe heel the feet towards each other. From here, pressing into the shins, find a flat back, halfway lift. Fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now let's bend the knees and start bringing the seat down towards the heels. Can we do this slowly, slowly, without hands come to sit all the way down? You can use your hands to help you down if you need. It's just a fun thing to play with. Once the bum's down on the mat, stretch the legs out long. Bring the fleshy part of the bum out from underneath you. We're going to come into staff pose. Hands grounding down either side of the hips. Draw the elbows in if you've got long arms like me, or if your arms are shorter, they'll be straight, reaching for the floor. Flexing the toes as much as you can here back towards you. Gazing down at the toes, can you sit up nice and tall? Crown of the head is reaching up. Big inhale. Long exhale. Notice how much everything is working just in this simple seat. We're really strengthening the front of the body to be able to lengthen the back of the body. And on your next inhale, reach the arms up in line with the ears. Lengthen the torso. As you exhale, can you start to bring the rib cage forwards? Just a little bit, little by little. Bringing the torso forwards, trying to keep the back nice and flat until you feel like you can't do any more with the torso, and then you can allow the arms to come down, reaching for ankles, tucking underneath the calves, or reaching for the feet if that feels good. We don't want to be rounding through the shoulders here. We want to be able to lift the heart forwards. If you can take hold of the feet, you can bend the toes back towards you, and that's really going to help to lengthen out the calves, flexing the feet as much as possible here, getting more bang for your buck in the stretch. Pull the belly in. Breathe. Let's bend the knees enough that we can take hold of the feet. If we can't reach the feet, we want to bend the knees enough so that we can bring the hands wrapping over the tops of the feet so the toes are reaching all the way to the wrists. Flex the feet as much as you can, draw the shoulders back and down, and now maybe try straightening the legs just a little bit. Notice where you feel that in the body. Allow the neck to be long, so gaze comes down between the shins or the knees. As we release tension in one part of the body, we don't want to create tension somewhere else. So notice if you're holding on somewhere. Clenching the jaw or scrunching the shoulders up towards the ears, allow them to guide down the back. Gently lift the head and chest, and now take the hands to the outsides of the feet. Same thing again, bending the knees as much as we need, and now see if we can straighten them out. Notice how we're getting a different part of the legs stretching as we grab hold of the outside edges of the feet here. Deep breaths. Seeing if we can slow down the exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale out. Now bending the knees again. Once more, can you take your two peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes, and then tuck the thumbs around as well. Once again, lift the head and chest, lift the spine long, and then start to straighten out the legs here, pulling the toes back towards you. And again, notice a different part of the legs once more getting stretched. We're bending the elbows down towards the ground here. Big breath in. Long breath out. Shoulders are relaxed. Forehead is smooth. Keep flexing those feet. One more deep breath here. Exhale. Gently release the grip. Sit up tall, bring the hands behind you. Let's bend into the knees, plant the feet down. Take an inhale, let's lift the hips up. Reverse tabletop, opening through the shoulders. Lift the hips as high as you can here. Just a nice counter pose. One more big breath in. Exhale, slowly start to guide the hips back down towards the mat. Stretch the right leg out long in front of you. Let's pick up the left leg and step it over the right. And see if we can bring this left foot as close in towards the right hip as possible. I've got this sort of half cow-facing legs. Sitting up nice and tall here. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, right hand comes down outside of the left knee. Left arm comes behind you. Take a little twist, nice relief after that fold. Inhaling, long spine. Exhale, twist. One more breath in. Exhale out, gently return to center. Sit up nice and tall once more. Now you can bring the hands onto the left knee and start to pull the torso forwards, lengthening the spine. Bring the gaze down towards the shin and start to fold over. If you can, reach for the foot here. Again, we're going to reach for that foot and flex it. And really notice this is a really deep stretch in the calf. Having the other leg folded over the top just really helps to isolate the calf muscle. Breathing deep. You can even rest the chin down onto the left leg if that feels good. If you're really flexible here, you can try bringing a block onto the sole of the right foot and see if you can reach the outside, the further edge of that block. Just know wherever you are working with your own beautiful body. And breathing. Breathe into the sensations. No one pose is better than the other. We're all nourishing ourselves. One more deep inhale. Long exhale. Slowly start to walk back up. Gently lifting the left leg, unraveling. Plant both feet down onto the mat. Hands behind. Let's lift up into that reverse tabletop. Pull the belly in, opening through the chest. Breathing in. Exhaling, hips come back down towards the mat. Left leg stretches long. Let's bring the right leg up and over and see if we can tuck that right ankle in towards the left hip. And if there is a gap between the knees here, you can always stuff a pillow or a blanket in between. That's totally okay. Let's take an inhale, arms up, and we're going to twist over towards the right. Left arm coming down outside of the right knee. Right arm coming behind. Hold the belly in, breathe. Exhale. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder if that feels good in the neck. One more inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Again, you can interlace the hands and bring them on the front of the left knee, and that just helps you to lengthen the torso. Pulling the belly in, see if you can get an inch taller through the crown of the head. And now slowly start to fold forwards, flexing the left foot to get the most out of this stretch. Maybe reaching for the foot or tucking the hands underneath the calf here or the ankle. Breathe into the deep stretch in the calf and the hamstring. Chin resting if that feels good. Now slowly and gently start to walk the hands back up. Bring the torso nice and long. Lifting up the right leg, plant the foot down. Bringing both feet guiding onto the mat, hands come behind. Let's take some windshield wipers here, just allowing the knees to fall over to one side and then the other. Releasing the hips. And then reaching the hands forwards. Let's use the strength of our core to roll all the way down onto the mat. Pull the belly in and gently roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and strong, slowly guide yourself down onto the mat. Bring the heels close to the bum. Plant the palms down. You want the feet about hip width distance and the knees about hip width distance. Imagine you've got super tight pair of disco pants to put on. That action of tucking the tailbone underneath so you can zip up the zipper. Get that action on the go. And then press into the feet and lift the hips up. Breathing here. Don't move the neck in this pose. You can bring the eyes to gaze down at the belly, watching the breath coming in and out. Inflating like a balloon. Lift the hips a little bit higher, inhale. Then as you exhale, slowly guide the hips down towards the mat. Let's take the right leg and stretch it up towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands behind the thigh and then draw that leg in towards the chest. Notice if the right hip is really lifted up towards the left shoulder, towards the right shoulder. See if you can bring that hip back down in line with the left. If you're feeling good here, you can stretch out the left leg long down the mat, bringing the heel pressing down. Really reaching through the right heel here, getting nice and long. Breathing in. Exhaling out. We're slowing down now. Feel the lovely grounding properties of being lying on your back. Gently start to bend into the right knee and draw that right knee in towards the right armpit. Giving the leg a hug. And then maybe reaching up inside the knee to grab the ankle or the foot, coming into a half happy baby here. Really getting into the outside, this hip or even the front. Drawing the right knee down outside of the right armpit. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And if you haven't got the left leg stretched out long here, it might be a good time to try it. Then let's draw the right knee in towards the chest, hug the knee in towards the chest. And take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right arm straight out from the shoulder, and we'll slowly start to take that knee across the body, coming into a spinal twist. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder if that feels good in the neck. And as you breathe in this twist, know that you're getting a lovely deep massage in all these internal organs. It's just such a nice thought to know that we can give ourselves a massage just with the breath, sending intentional breath into the body. One more big breath in here. Exhale out. And now slowly start to roll back onto your back and plant the right foot back down. If you've gone a little bit stiff, you can straighten yourself out here. And now let's plant the left foot down as well. And then stretch the left heel up towards the ceiling, interlace the hands behind, coming into this hamstring stretch. Again, really notice if the left hip is starting to pull up towards the left shoulder. Can you wrap it down if that's happened? Reaching up through the heel, flexing the toes towards the face. Allow the shoulders and the head to be on the mat here. Again, we don't want to stretch or strain the neck. Breathe. Imagine the breath traveling all the way down into the leg. And as you exhale, the tension is melting away. And if you stretched out the leg on this other side, then stretch the heel down. Breathe. One more breath in. And as you exhale, start to bend into the left knee, hugging that left knee in towards the shoulder. And then bringing the left arm inside the leg and drawing the knee down towards the shoulder. Breathing into this half happy baby. Noticing sensations on the inner thigh, the front of the hip, the side. See if you can send some love into that part of the body. And again, if you haven't got the right leg stretched long, now might be a good time to try that out. Now slowly start to draw the left knee in towards the chest, giving it a hug. Bring the left arm out long from the shoulder, taking the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Slowly start to make your way into this spinal twist, drawing the knee across the body. Gazing over the left hand if that feels good in the neck. and sending that loving, massaging breath into the body. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Slowly and gently start to roll back onto your back, bringing the left foot to plant down. Draw the right foot to plant once more, and then bring both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. Roll the tailbone down towards the mat, flattening the low back down onto the mat, really getting into the back of the hip here. Send yourself some love. Imagine the kind of hug that you give to a friend. Can you give that to yourself here? And then slowly and gently, whenever you're ready, start to bring the legs long down the mat, slide them down, feet flap open, palms come to face up. You can lift up the back of the shoulders, tuck the shoulder blades underneath, and come to rest once more. Well done, yogi. There is nothing left to do but rest. Allow the breath to return to normal. Allow yourself to be here, resting in nourishment. Slowly and gently start to take a deeper breath into the body. Finding softness as you exhale. Bigger breath in. Really fill the lungs. Then open the mouth and let it go. One more clearing breath like this. Then on your next inhale, start to reach the arms up overhead, point the toes down. Find a nice morning stretch. Exhale. And then bend into one knee and the other, plant the feet down and roll over onto your favorite side. Settle in. Seeing if you can keep the eyes closed, gently start to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Noticing how that is to do with eyes closed. We often rely so much on our visual vision. Come to find a comfortable seat with a tall spine. Bring the hands together at heart center. Bow the forehead down towards the fingertips. Thank yourself for coming to the mat today to look after your beautiful body, to nourish your mind. And when you feel ready, you can gently lift the head and blink the eyes open with a little smile. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Once again, my name is Jassy. Sending you so much love.